Hello and welcome to Let's Plays Disco Elysium Part 16. If you're not already, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of this series and others that you may appreciate. So, we're on a mission to find out what our heraldic bird is. Blah blah. Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. Shopkeep, anything of note on this shelf? Ooh, breakthrough imminent. I would say the woman hums to herself. The greatest innocence, yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power. Who or what is an innocence? A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hands as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentric system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. Perhaps for a layman, she scoffs, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Do her words seem vague and abstract to you? So you recommend it? Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise. You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There is something personal inside. Okay. Well, we might need to get it, but when we have more money. Thought complete. Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden paean to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed. Reimagining of limp-wristed, premature, ill-informed attempt at talentless fuckfest. Whew. Recidivistic. Bleh. Okay, that's a word I cannot get through. Shit peddler. Pedantic, listless, savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another. Okay. Hands shake with anger from how shit it all is. Conceptualization, passive heal to morale and gives plus 10 XP. Oh, that's funny. Not sure. Yeah. Extra XP, definitely useful. Is there anything else that would be handy? Right, these are all we've learned everything we can. So I might start thinking about the kingdom of conscience. Right, did we look at this one? From A to Zrizik, a guide to well-behaved cockatoo. A sulphur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title. From A to Zrizik, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. Okay, let's flip through the pages. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioural problems. Okay, what about this guide to cockatoos, shopkeeper? It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious. So we can buy it or we can attempt to steal it. Again, seems really kind of like we need more money here, don't we? We really need more money here. Okay, storekeep. Anything of interest on the paranormal bookshelf? Sir, please, no browsing in the on that shelf. She narrows her eyes. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no. Oh. Look through the shelf. Amidst the various books you find one written by someone named Matthew W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity and balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on the shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. Interesting. Various paranatural books still litter the shelf. Okay. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective David Mullen, or even Dick Mullen. Blimey. Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Oh, crime, robberies, murders. She lowers her voice. Even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. Okay, let's look through. Crime fiction is a disgrace, an asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth of it. Now, would you like a list of the books found on this shelf? Sure thing. You see Dick Mullen on the Job, Get Me Mullen, The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard, The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen, an obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Wait, Dick Mullen dies? Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Are there any more? Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen. A Dark Tide Turns. Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on, this is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometres away, sitting in an armoured motor carriage. A bold man turns towards a lean man and pats him on the back. Come on, Chester. Tell the story again. Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting, Chester replies. The fuck it is, the bold man replies. And these guys haven't heard it. He motions to the civilian sitting in the back seat. You see, Chester here, he pokes a finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once. Gosh, why? One civilian looks on, amazed. The bold man bellows a reply. A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time. Yeah, sure came close, Chester mutters in return, then turns to the rapt listener. All right, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe, and inside the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside it starts to rain. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Who is he? Your attempt to grasp that answer fails. It seems very close, pulsating out of reach. Okay, so we might nip back to get a book sometime. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Okay, so we definitely can't afford these. Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Oh, Man from Heimdall, a very popular series of adventure novels. She looks at the books with some disdain. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Why are they so popular? Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. Sounds good. Which one should I start with? What does it matter? They're all the same. She rolls her eyes, then fiddles with her pendant. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallaman, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series. Expensive too. Look through the display. Rows and rows of Heimdallaman blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? Man from Heimdall and the Sages at the End of the World. Man from Heimdall and the False God. Man from Heimdall and the Scorched Earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall Colonies. Man from Heimdall and the Swamp Beast. Man from Heimdall and the Snow Crabs. Is that all? Oh, good gosh. Okay, so we get a pain threshold check. Do any of these books call out to me? It's a pretty low check. And we do not succeed. Nothing of interest, only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation. Gift books and molten candy. Okay. So I believe we have a few more jobs to do. We probably want to go back to investigating the motor carriages and find out who could be this strange woman. We've only come across one woman. Is she over this way? There doesn't seem to be a lot over this way, so probably not. There she is. Never mind, I'm sorry to bother you. the question is, who would give us more information? We've already checked there. I'm not really sure what else we can investigate. Does he know anything?
Right to work! Right to...
Nope, not about that. And...
Hola, wandering man.
He's dry. Well, I think the lady driver is our only lead currently. So let's see if we can get anything out of her. Hello, lady. Snap your fingers in front of her face. Ah. That flicks a switch somewhere. What is it? What do you want? Alright, are you the lady driver? Did you just call me a lady, Zerif? She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it. I was told of a woman driver. You're the only woman here. I'm not that either, Zerif. Her smile dissipates. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul. So you're not the driver everyone is terrified of. I'm only terrifying to small children and those who used to know me. Yeah, it's not her. Believe me. Why are you scary to the people who used to know you? Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. You said long haul. That's the big ones, the tracts. There's no women and men there. It's all just... She hums along, as if to a track on repeat. In the middle of this town there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay. In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals. So, who is this female driver I was told of? How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other camioneers? Sniffing around? When I have my movies to go to? Okay, that's all I needed, thanks. Oh, Sim. The woman stares at you, her mind elsewhere now, on other matters. Something in her is pulling you towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick. What are you hauling? Diamonds. Diamonds? Really? Of course not, she says, grinning. But wouldn't it be marvellous if I was? Okay, so what are you really hauling? She shrugs. Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. She smiles a careless smile. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. So what... I don't think I do know what you mean. Of course you don't. Well, okie doke. That didn't seem to achieve very much, did it? But it would appear that she is not the driver. So where do we go from here? There really doesn't seem to be a terrific amount of options. We having a thought. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Who is this chap? T is shit ain't nothing to me. Right, I think we have something for these gentlemen. I have really
outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's the little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Oh, hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Tell me, what do you know about the dead man? Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week, and that's all I know. Really? You know absolutely nothing? No, officers, I'm sorry. I really would like to assist, he adds, smiling apologetically. You're both good guys, I can see that. Then help them, you wimp. Reproach fills his eyes. You rub plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar at the Union. Someone must know something. He means caviar socialists? Caviar socialists? I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. His cheeks turn red. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that. Odd, he doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here. Sounds a bit like you're holding back. I'm not, he assures you. I'm not even anyone. Of course he's holding back. The carabiner crosses his arms. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly. Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? His eyes are furious. I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Everard. How do you know Everard? Everyone in Martinaise knows the Clare brothers, he says solemnly. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium. Ah, what you do know about history? The cabinet snaps at Gaston. You never witnessed history, only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history. The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue. Let's try not to get caught in the lieutenant lowers his voice. Crossfire. Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient. Are you a Union member? Oh, his cheeks turn red again. In many ways, yes, like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with the little things. Everard, Edgar, and the older debardeurs all know me. So you're not an actual member? Not in the technical sense. His eyes fix on the bowls in the crater. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everett keeps me on the payroll. Just for the little things. So, that's what it is. He's him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider. Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He frowns. He's a weather vane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate socialist rabble, René continues. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already. What are the little things you do for Everett? Writing work, mostly. He smiles. Occasionally he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. What kind of things do you write for him? Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers about Martinez and how things are here and how they could be. Everett and I have had these long talks where he tells his little penman exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you a caviar socialist? I'm sure that's not pronounced caviar, but the old man starts laughing. No wonder. I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics are not really something I involve myself in, officer. Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political? Officer, I have a vivid imagination. He laughs again. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics. He just fluffs it up. Of course, don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch. But you believe in something. Freedom, the people, Revocol, or even money. I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want, even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptive. Mon Dieu! The carabinier closes his eyes like he's never going to open them again. Thanks, that's all for now. No, thank you, he nods, smiling wide. For being consummate professionals, you'll have this case wrapped up in no time. Looks delicious. Point at the sandwich. Can I have a bite? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food, he says, and quickly adds, nothing personal, it's just a principle. The only one you have, says René. Okay, I'm not that hungry anyway. Oh, that's good. That's very good. He seems visibly relieved. You must have other business then. Is it important we have a bite of his sandwich? Right.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
I found you guys a new ball. Hold out the ball. The old veteran stares at the shot-put ball in silence, then speaks in a reserved voice. What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for Pentac. Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in the Martinez. Exactly, and I really did try. Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing. Okay, fine. He takes the bowl. You tried to right a wrong. It's still a gram better than actual nothing. Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle? Hold out the antique firearm. It's a Belle Margrave, he says, taking the rifle. 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revocol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty, he adds, handing the rifle back. Where did you find it? I'm sorry, I can't divulge that information. He nods. I understand. Unfortunately, I don't know anything else to tell you. These BMs are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find. What makes him stand so proud? Very low chance of succeeding here. Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with civilian attire. Oh, wait a sec. We have a... There! Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Case solved. Who's Dick Mullen now? I am. Cracked it. All in a day's work. Wait, what did I crack exactly? What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is. It's her husband, the missing husband. Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing, though? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice. Give me champagne. I'm going in. There is no need for champagne when there's honour, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now. Protect and serve, madam. I found your husband. The woman crosses her arms. God damn it, I already told you my husband isn't missing. You said you didn't know where he was. And I specifically added that I didn't need to know where he was. Well, I found him nonetheless. I'm Dick Mullen. Very well, then, where is he? She's getting very impatient, her hands now picking on a random book cover. Our hammer-toting comrade is at the bottom of those stairs. Excuse me? She blinks. I don't follow. There's something else hiding in her voice, though, a trace of worry. I'll find a working-class drunk, and I thought he might be yours. Right, 'cause working-class women come with alcoholic husbands. She glances over her shoulder towards the drunk. You know what? Remember about that what. Never say what. Something bad, I guess? I'm sorry, I say stupid things sometimes. I don't mean to annoy. You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband, although not that one. So he is missing as well. No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Jamrock or something. Drinking with his friends. She looks away. I haven't seen him for, well, to hell with him. She has completely forgotten about her books, staring blank into the distance instead. There, she's worried now. Kim, is it just me, or do we have a missing persons case here? I wouldn't be so sure, he replies before turning to face the working class woman. Ma'am, just to be completely clear, do you want to report it to the police? Report what? He's just out, drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than chase down local goofballs. Not at all. The RCM is ready to chase down every goofball in town. We care about you. She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face. All right, go ahead. Do you have any questions? What does your husband look like? She eyes you from head to toe. Honestly, not that different from you. Let me guess, he's disco? Oh, thank God, no. She nearly begins to laugh. It hasn't come down to this yet. Why did you say your husband resembles me, then? Well, he's slightly chubby. I see. What else? What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. She sighs, her voice slightly quivering when she adds, it's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change. I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it? She looks back at you, shaking her head. Well, if the jacket is really that cool, then I can totally understand. Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold. She's thinking about him out in the cold in some park or on the coast. It's making her more and more worried. When did you last see him? Yesterday morning he went to the library. Her eyes become cold with recollection. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'll walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. She scoffs. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. It just makes me feel weak. Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover. I got it, thanks. So you are going to look for him? She genuinely wants you to now. Don't make her ask. Yes, I will bring him back home to you. Take the case. Thank you. You sense gratitude in her voice. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that. She tries to maintain a brave front, even though her eyes reveal the opposite. I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57? Kim Kitsuragi know? He gives her a slip of paper. The woman takes it. It's a phone number. Of course. I will, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing. Okay. So we have an actual missing persons case. But it's not the random drunk. We've just about investigated everywhere. What else can we do? We can maybe ask this boat lady a few more questions.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke to the lorrymen at the roundabout. Word has travelled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. She smiles, then explains. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears. One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout. It would give them a read on the entire quarter. It appears we're being monitored every step we take, colleague. The lieutenant shrugs. Did we have any other business here? You're on a boat. Yes, I am, she says, looking at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there? Of course there are, she looks around. We are on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around. Yes, we are. She raises her brow. We are on Le Caillou. I thought we were in Revicol. We are, and the city of Revicol is on the island of Le Caillou. Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Caprice Quinma motor carriage either. Actually, the lieutenant becomes defensive. That motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revicol industrial harbour. It's not a toy. Neither is this, the woman pats the cabin hardtop. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the bay of Revicol, between the city and the islands. You need to make this lady admit she's the only one riding around on the boat, because she's rich. Yes I do. Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions, gather more information on this boat of hers. Okay, does she have a name? The boat? No. It is called Core Delete 19, because that's the type of sloop it is. The word it feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. But your boat really needs a name. Okay, how about Core Delete 19? Why? She taps on the side of the boat. It makes a hollow sound. Because it was manufactured in Revacol East by a company called Cordelite, and its hull is 19 paces long. How about the sleek fish? What? Because it's sleek and fish-like. A smirk passes her face. I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you. Okay, what kind of boat is it? It's a pleasure craft, a 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. How do you like it? My sloop? I like it a lot. Her lips curl into a wry smile. It's the eel's hips, baby. I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating. I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at this woman, assessing her. Do you have a license for this boat? Officer, I assure you, I'm highly qualified pleasure craft operator. I bet she is. The crowns of her teeth are porcelain white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Okay. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarers Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license, Sly Fox. You're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this. Okay, let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on. Go in for the kill. Oh my, the E word. She crosses her arms. You mean to say that it's a symbol of capricious consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class? Precisamundo. Class wartime, baby. Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator? He doesn't look like he thinks you'll best her in single combat. Then what does that say? She points to the plaque on the other side of the pier. Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A? 33A, this old proletarian haunt here. She waves at the ruin looming overhead. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata. Okay, quick backfire. Oh, your synapses flash. This house was built before the revolution. Okay, it is Annex Centennial. She looks at the building looming overhead. The people who live there now lead a different lifestyle, if you know what I mean. I assure you, they drove quite a hard bargain for the space, but you're right. I am bourgeois woman, and this is my fast, lightweight, intermittently bourgeois boat. There is no shame in her voice, a touch of sadness, yes, but no shame. Okay, I think I've got a handle on this boat thing. Good. She takes a sip from her thermal cup. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent. So what do they do? The Pines' core competency is logistics, container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. She points to the small dots on the horizon. See those airships there blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. Then to the east towards the harbour, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with the energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacolian Indo tribes, companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain. Who are the other Indo tribes? Saint-Baptiste, Lum, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star. You're in good company, it seems. Why, thank you. She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have? I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that the last year the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue. Wow. 20 billion is a huge number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A wave hits the sloop. She grasps the mainstay for balance. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. Where does Wild Pines get all those billions? They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Sumerian and Insulindian isolas 250 years ago, when Pine's ships explored the South Seminoes and charted Lo Manthang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavour. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalising. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. What? Okay, it probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly. You know more than you let on. She takes a sip and looks you over afresh. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo-tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that. What does such a huge system want with a place like this? You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners? She gives you a little smile. Who's responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. We built this district, she says calmly. We. There it is. She owns up to it. All the best parts of it. Rue de la Sainte-Ghislaine with its bastions, the plaza's Metioran mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to investments from the WP. She points behind you where the seawall rises. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revicol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revicolian employees. A company getaway for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution, but that's another matter. She takes a sip. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built. With your help, hopefully, she says her warm tone. Okay, I think that's all for now. Right. Well, we've picked up a little more information. What is this? Looks interesting. Can we actually access it? Doesn't seem like we can. That's a shame. Seems to be a part of this building here. Can try a conceptualization check. Yeah, it's a wall. An ordinary wall. The lieutenant's size. Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to. It's important. It could be art. One day, at least. Okay. So I think we have to visit here at some point in any case. It might be a bit preemptive. Okay. Oh, so there's stuff up here, and there's stuff further up here. Oh, we can't get in? Neither that one. Okay. Wonder if at some point we will be able to. It's a bit of a shame. Oh well, nothing, not achieving very much here, are we? Well, I think I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.